Okay. I think we're ready to go.
David Justice is a good name.
It is.
It's
pretty good.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't think I appreciated that.
He was a hell of a player, too.
Yeah,
there
him and
for-
Ron Gant.
Yes, Ron Gant. Otis Nixon. Here we go.
He's fast.
3, 2. Should I count? Or I'm just going to hit the button?
We're already live.
Hello and welcome. It's a Tuesday morning, and Giant Bomb is on the scene in Paris.
Wee.
Wow. The Eiffel Tower's right over there.
It is.
Look
It's
at that
right.
thing.
It is right there.
The Louvre.
Yes, the
Right
Louvre
there.
is over there for the art fans
Big
of the
pyramid
world.
thing. It's like a big glass pyramid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
What?
The Louvre. It's got the big glass pyramid. Like that's a famous landmark.
Okay. No, I mean I know I know about the. It's where the art is.
But
right?
you know the pyramid I'm talking about, right?
No.
That's like at the front of the thing.
I don't know what the place looks like. I've just
okay.
seen it.
It looks like the thing on the rooftop level of the first Twisted Metal that you can break.
That's the wrong. I'm
drive through.
Nope.
Oh.
Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning.
Sit up straight. There you go.
It's
I don't
bad
have
for your
good
posture.
posture.
You know,
There you go.
I've been trying to work on my posture here a little bit as well.
I'm not Drew
so
over here.
We are a few minutes away from Sony starting its stream for Paris Games Week. I don't know that I've ever thought about Paris Games Week before.
I had never
It's been
heard
happening, I think, for a bit.
I had never heard of it prior to this thing.
Yeah, but
actually.
Sony chose to not announce stuff at Gamescom and instead held out for Paris Games Week.
You think that was a strategic thing? Because you remember Microsoft got out months ahead of Gamescom saying, like, we'll have a bunch of stuff there that's not going to be at E3.
Right.
I wonder if Sony was getting out of the way of that, or maybe they just needed the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe it's just strategically, it's just a better time in the year for them to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you think about like Sony's first party stuff being what it is, like maybe, you know, Gamescom isn't that far away from E3, so
Sure.
they wouldn't necessarily have more things to say. So this puts them in a position to have more things to say.
Yes. Although PlayStation Experience.
Yes, and
not-
PlayStation
not that
Experience
far off
is coming up
either.
as well. So I was told back at PAX that they had a strategy for announcements and that there would be some stuff at each one of those things.
Okay.
And so, you know, granted, comes from people at Sony, so of
Yes.
course they would say this, but they said that there would be some cool stuff here and some cool stuff in December for,
I like
for
cool
PSX.
stuff.
I love cool stuff.
I don't know how you feel.
It's weird seeing a press conference like in the heart of the holiday like game rush.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
not,
Like, I literally finished Halo 5 last night and thought about firing up Assassin's Creed. Like, we're in the middle of video games.
Yeah.
And then here's all these announcements about to come out.
Well, you know, I think that's something that like the Spike Awards started, you know,
Yeah.
in a big
yeah.
way of like, you know, hey, we're going to start announcing games in December, like that
like
kind of
Skyrim got announced.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, like that kind of got people into this flow of like, well, what if we started announcing games near the end of the year as well? And now with the Spike Awards not existing, but Keighley doing his own thing, like he's got announcements there, I'm sure. But people have kind of filled in these gaps with other places to announce things, like Paris, for example.
Yeah.
City of...
And here we are in Paris,
Hey.
where Diet Barks root beer is king.
We.
I already used that one. What else you got?
Oh, baguette.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's the only other French thing I know.
Yeah.
Cheese. They like cheese and wine, right? And art. Art. Oh, wait, what's French for art?
A lot of people, objects d'art.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Hors d'oeuvres.
Well, okay, so we are
Blue cheese.
taking it to France here shortly. We've got the YouTube feed up here, and then if you don't want to hear us talking, this feed below me here is just that YouTube embed. So you can. I don't know why you're here. There are a zillion places to just watch their raw feed. But 3, 2, 1. And they did not start on time. Yay!
It was a countdown to a countdown.
Yeah.
A nebulous countdown.
I mean, let's face it. That's how live streaming works.
Sure.
The countdown timers are a little nebulous.
I don't begrudge them a little bit of leeway.
A little nebulous. So we were told by Sony that this would be kicking off about 9:45.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they had a 9:30 countdown timer there. But and I bet they'll start late on top of that.
I bet it'll actually start at 10. If I had to guess.
Yes, I think they will start a stream at 9:45 and they will kick off at 10.
Yes.
And by 10 I mean 10:10.
Yeah, okay.
This is Europe, man. No one's on time to anything.
That's true.
I think like get 4 months summer vacations like mandated or something.
Yeah, they are forced to not work.
They work like 3 hours a day.
So was it like 6 weeks, I think?
I have no idea.
I think in France they get like 6 weeks off a year.
I don't think I took any vacation this year.
That's bad.
I took like a day here, a day there, but
it's not good.
Yeah.
No, went to WrestleMania.
I meant to at one point. There's always that point in the summer where it's like, okay, I have to get a vacation in before Madden comes out because that's when games start coming out again. What?
What?
All right, I'm gonna
do it, Dan.
Yeah, give me off.
Hit play again. Just hit play again because it stopped.
I think he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to be signed into this.
Weird.
Okay.
Maybe there will be some M-rated games shown here.
Ooh, M-rated games. All right, you go ahead and.
I'm gonna have to do the 2-step.
I know how many characters your password is now. No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Hey,
Whoa, stuff's happening.
Check check the quality and see if there's anything you can.
It is on.
Is there a 10? Okay.
I'm gonna just permanently to 720.
Good stuff. What is that game?
And here we are in France.
What is that?
Is this the Horizon Dawn?
No, that's definitely not Horizon.
Oh, this is Shadow of the Beast.
Wait, really?
2D? What is this?
They're just running a reel of like
right. I mean,
random...
that's totally the Beast from Shadow of the Beast, right?
Who's making this?
It's like Sony announced it at Gamescom last year and then said jack shit about it.
Yeah.
It's a super small team that's just kind of like passion project-y sort of thing. This has to be that. This has to be that.
I've never played Shadow of the Beast.
It's weird.
That was one of those games back when I was reading like VG and CE back in the day that when I didn't have a computer, I saw screenshots of it and I was like, that looks fucking crazy.
Wait, so it was an old game? They're making
it's an old Amiga game.
It's an old computer game.
Actually, it came to a lot of platforms, but yes.
Is it kind of like Prince of Persia-y or Oddworld?
A little bit. It is a side-scrolling game, sort of like that. I don't know. I was terrible at it because I never had instructions with my copies, and it just never made any sense to me. Anything else? Anything else that sticks out running on those?
You got a Dota-looking thing on the left.
That looks
Dota-y or Diablo-y.
Is this Helldivers? Is this the Helldivers DLC?
Is
no.
It?
What is this?
Alienation.
Oh, weird.
All right, I'm gonna try to turn up our speaker here because we can't hear anything. I don't know if it's going out or not, but okay, that's apparently as loud as I can make it.
Yeah, it looks like Helldivers.
I'm trying to produce this thing while I'm sitting here, so I have chat up. Someone tell me if the audio from the stream sounds good in conjunction with our voices. And we'll see how that sounds.
Do you have control of that PA from here?
I turned it all the way up.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe this is just super quiet.
So I'm wondering if this is like reduced.
Oh, let me see the YouTube.
If this is like
YouTube's all the way up.
Okay.
Maxed.
PC, the PC is set where it needs to be.
Let's just let it go. And see what happens.
Yeah, let's just see what happens once the thing starts. Everyone says it sounds fine.
Okay.
And that's a little quiet, so that's fine.
Cool.
Presumably when they start actually going, they'll be a little bit louder than their pre-stream.
Think we'll get an erroneous crash zoom.
I hope that it, or will it be a deliberate crash zoom?
Oh man.
Like leaning into that stuff.
Yeah.
French filmmaking uses that a lot.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
The Lumiere brothers, right? They invented cameras, I think.
I can push up the PC going out to the stream a little bit as well.
Push up the PC?
The audio.
Audio? Okay. Not on my end, right?
No, no.
Okay. So I think, I mean, I could adjust the PC audio.
You can, because it's set to 75%, but that's so it doesn't redline and sound like shit.
We need it there.
So just don't touch the mouse, because that brings all the YouTube UI back up and makes it all crazy.
I like this idea of just showing footage from games you haven't seen before while we're waiting.
And is that the Housemarque game, that Alienation? Housemarque's supposed to have some stuff
what is
here.
This?
What Remains of Edith Finch?
Oh, this is the Unfinished Swan people.
The next one was almost too.
Isn't it? Or did I get that wrong?
I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of their studio, but I think that's who's making this. Maybe.
Oh man, what was Unfinished Swan Studio?
It's from Giant Sparrow?
Yeah. Are you just a bird eating rabbits in this game?
This is horrifying.
This looks pretty awesome.
As the owner of rodents, I really don't appreciate this.
Are rabbits rodents?
No, but I don't have rabbits.
It's eating that rabbit whole.
Rabbits are lagomorphs, I think.
What? What is this? What is this game?
Shit! That's not what I was expecting. Wow! You're a shark, and then you have to get into the water.
Oh my God. Game of the show.
Oh, this is bad. Sharks can't breathe if they're not moving constantly in the water. You gotta go.
That doesn't seem okay.
This is bad. Flop harder.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but this is not at all what I expected from the title
He's got
of the
it.
game.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Oh!
Is this what French games are like?
Is this just a new version of like Evo, the Search for Eden? Like you just turn
gonna happen.
into...
It's totally gonna happen. Wait, that's not water. Where's the water?
Nope, that's not water at all. There you go.
Oh yes.
You're free.
Oh,
And now
What is
happiest-
this?
man. I feel like we're witnessing a moment here.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Oh. This is bizarre.
Why are there 90 people
Holy
on stage?
shit.
Who's getting tired?
It's like a Wu-Tang concert up there.
Lights on couch.
This is that fat princess thing.
What? They're making another fat princess?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, and they're playing that song too.
Oh,
What?
that I don't care song.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what I can do to get us a little more PC in the speakers here. So that's on bus 1, main mon mix.
Yes.
We need you to rescue the princess before the goblins can escape us. So please hurry.
Yeah!
There's another speaker over there. Are you hearing anything coming out of that?
No, I think it's mostly all coming from here.
It is coming out of something because I can still hear it, and I muted this speaker right here.
Oh yeah, I do.
It's very faint if
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I don't know. Let's not worry about it too much just yet because I think that they might be streaming quiet.
Okay.
Actually, I guess I can just hit play on this YouTube feed and get a sense for it coming out of my laptop. Yeah, this is pretty quiet.
Yeah, a call from Chicago. That's got to be Dave Lang, right? I don't know anyone in Chicago.
Well, don't answer that. Yeah, I think their feed is coming out a little low right now.
Do you guys just have a policy of not picking up numbers you don't recognize?
Yeah.
Like I'd feel a little weird about that, but I'd never ever do it anymore.
A voicemail. I
Yes,
figured out the
yes. If it's important, they will leave a voicemail, right? And then I'll
Yes.
never listen to my voicemail.
Oh no, it's a
yeah.
1 second voicemail, so I guess that's going to remain a mystery.
It's a good way to live.
So I don't know. Like I think there are a lot of people looking at this thing and kind of hoping for big stuff, and I don't know that this is necessarily going to be that.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that at all.
Like there's been some people that have gone as far as saying like, well, No Man's Sky is going to launch today.
What?
What do you think about the release of that?
If,
Are they
I'm not expecting it anytime soon.
no?
No. I mean, Sean Murray was just on Colbert, and Colbert specifically tried to get him to cop to a release date, and he explicitly would not. So,
But I mean, if they're showing it on Colbert, that's got to indicate.
But also that could very well be Colbert saying like, here's a cool thing we've heard about. We
Yeah.
want to get it on our new
Yeah.
show to establish
Yes.
a tone for our
Yeah.
show.
there's that. Like, you could see that being sort of some competition with Fallon because
Yeah.
he does a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Colbert is a big astrophysics nerd, so he'd probably be into that game anyway. Like, there's a lot
Right.
of reasons besides it's almost out that they would.
Yeah,
have
so
that
it's
thing
like,
on
you know,
there.
you'd be a fool to turn that exposure down, even
Yeah.
if it doesn't
Oh,
fit
yeah.
into like your rollout
Yeah.
plans
Yeah,
or whatever.
But either they're being cagey about the release date because of like PR reasons, or they actually don't know because they're not done.
Yeah. Which means a Paris surprise. Here's an early access version of No Man's Sky on sale today.
Think like maybe a new Last Guardian trailer or anything?
I doubt it.
I think we're past trailers for some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like if they're going to show that stuff, they need to show it.
Yeah. Also, I mean, maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I bet most of The Last Guardian looks kind of the same,
Yeah.
judging by that team's past stuff.
No, there's one part where you totally turn into a shark.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then another part where you're like eating bunnies and stuff. It's
Okay.
nuts.
I don't know that you benefit a whole lot from another trailer.
Yeah, so yeah, there are some people saying, you know, that, like they're having some streaming problems. That's it's not on our end, so there's actually nothing we can do about that. You'll have to hit play if you get dropped. We are working with our streaming provider to get them to fix it. So, yeah. Someone in chat here, Alvaro Baruja, saying Yoshida talked about Gran Turismo for PlayStation VR.
I could see that being like a European press conference thing. They like cars there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, Gran Turismo, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could be doing that for VR. Games with cockpits, I think, make a lot of sense right off the bat. So yeah.
Think they'll announce Metal Gear Solid 5 here?
Oh yeah, they have to.
Definitely, yeah. I
Well, it's not
it's been
420
so
yet.
long. It's so long since
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
They'll
like,
finally
getting
show
crazy
what
to-
Kojima's really been working on all this
Yeah.
time.
But there's going to be some news here. I'm sure they'll make some announcements. They'll update us on some stuff that's already been announced. But like the real news kind of already happened. The news of the forthcoming Super Mario Maker patch.
Yes.
Saw that
Checkpoints.
this morning.
Yeah, like checkpoints,
Working mushroom
functional
fire stuff.
mushrooms.
Is this the eating people game again? Is this the shark
Yes, I
game?
think-
Very
I think
possibly.
so,
Now
yeah.
you're a giant
God,
squid.
whatever this game is, I
Or
am completely on board.
Some eldritch horror
Yeah.
from the deep.
This is it. You just play as
Dude,
different
this
weird
is
things, eating
not
things, or rolling down hills.
What I thought this game was at all.
I had zero impression of what this game
Well,
was.
I didn't know what it
It's
was
just
either.
like, all
You're
well,
right. But from the title, I expected something very different.
Is this Giant Sparrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked Unfinished Swan. Like, I'm really
I never
curious
played
about
that.
this.
I
It's cool.
thought about it.
It did not do much for me.
No?
Maybe I should
I
go
like
back
It
it.
was like, this is.
I
seems
mainly
okay,
like
but-
that first level, the idea of like throw the paint stuff and
Yeah.
figure out where you're going.
Yeah, man. Between that and Splatoon, like Nintendo is fucking redefining like post-release support.
Yeah.
For games, right?
They're
Like,
doing
holy
very
crap.
un-Nintendo things.
Like, but just the amount of stuff they're putting out for free for those
Yeah.
games. Like new functionality in the editor
Right.
seems crazy. Like most.
And I'm kind of hoping that they take the chance to also like fix a lot of the glitchy stuff people are doing with levels.
Those
Okay.
Like
levels,
making invisible blocks that are not really the blocks that you think they are.
Those
It's
aren't
like,
legitimate
That
levels.
stuff is.
They don't
So
count.
is that stuff unintended behavior?
I
Yeah.
think the way you have to do it is so messed up that yes.
What's the thing that happens if you shake a muncher? Oh, is that the gnat, the fly swatter Mario Paint game?
Yeah.
That was one of the. You watched the video, right? The 5 updates or whatever.
Oh, I did not watch the video. I just read the press release while I was stuck in traffic this morning.
Oh,
so.
okay. Yeah, if you like shake the muncher a bunch, it goes to that like fly swatter minigame.
The fly swatter minigame's already in there.
I know, but it's like a harder version of it
okay.
that you can like trigger at any time.
Oh,
Basically.
okay.
Yeah. And then the event levels, which they didn't really go into.
Right, yeah. Like Facebook made a level and they're going to point to it there. So it's like that sort of thing.
Okay,
And also some of Nintendo's creators may create levels, which
that sounds cool.
yeah.
And there's a new tab for official like Nintendo made courses.
Yeah.
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 That game's gonna have some legs, I think.
Yeah. I could just
Whenever you feel like it.
I feel like we're in Europe with this music.
Whoop, whoop. Wow. Yeah. Let's rock it back and forth.
flag drops.
Can you confirm we are not streaming this on YouTube? A lot of people keep asking.
No, we're not. We
Okay.
can't. We can't go to YouTube or Twitch
Yes,
right
this-
now.
If you, were
with,
if you were watching this is the only one you have to
yeah,
watch.
Yeah. There'll be some hardware overhauls done in a few weeks, I believe,
Yes.
to get this stuff hopefully working properly.
Yes.
And then some of it's just straight up not on our end. So unfortunately, if you're having extreme issues, that's the way it's going to be, and you should wait for the archive.
You ever been to Paris,
Nope.
Brad?
Nope.
No. My dad won a trip there from a casino or something once, like 10 years ago, and his one takeaway was he hated all the music.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah. Okay.
the show will begin in 5 minutes.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm not like a fancy food type person, and that's one of the reasons people go to Paris.
Fancy food
I don't.
and art, and which I don't like any of those things.
I'll look at some art. I'll look at some big structures. It's a city, you know. You go do stuff.
I'd rather see like the Eiffel Tower, like landmarks
Yeah,
and things like that.
It's a
That's the stuff I
major.
like.
It's a major metropolitan center. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff there to do. But yes, also cordon bleu.
Right.
What's Cornell Blue?
It goes with chicken.
Yes. It's like where you got the chicken, but then there's cheese and ham in there.
I think I've had that, and that's really good.
Oh, it's so
actually.
good.
That's a French thing?
Yes.
Okay. And they like cheese a lot there. I love cheese.
Yes.
They do like
big cheese.
I think
Yes.
their cheese might be different than my cheese. Although I like fancy cheeses. I've got
Wide-
artisanal cheese.
Wide range of cheeses available, I'm sure, in Paris.
Yeah. I like artisanal cheese.
I mean, you know, like, you guys should fucking love Paris. They're all about cheese and meat and bread.
oh, they're big on meat?
Dude.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right.
You should,
Is that what charcuterie is? That's like a big plate of
well,
meat.
yes.
Is that French?
Well, yes, but that's all like face meat.
What is face? Like from like the face of a cow? Like,
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
Really?
Yes. Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't. That sounds gross.
It's all right.
Still meat.
Cheek,
Yeah.
tongue,
I don't. I've never eaten tongue. Or feet.
you know.
Eh. Where does the good meat come from? Is that like the side? Well, ribs, obviously. And I guess they
Loin.
named them thighs.
Yeah,
breast.
the torso,
Yeah, yeah.
mostly.
Okay. The meaty parts.
I like some nice torso meat.
Depends on what animal we're talking about, but sure.
Cows mostly. Chickens.
It's my understanding that the Paris Games Week 2015 PlayStation press conference is about to begin.
Yes. Is this music coming from them?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope so.
Sounds like Drew had playing back there.
What is the rest of Paris Games Week? Is it an
I
actual
have no idea,
is it a
man.
convention with the show floor?
Yeah, I don't know. I should look because I know that it has existed before, but it's never been a news thing
Yeah,
for us
yeah.
until this year when Sony decided to do this. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I've never heard like, oh, here's the new Paris Games Week trailer for this game.
Right, like it's not been
Yeah.
a major like headline generator.
Like even Ubisoft is not necessarily
yeah.
made big enough. Well, maybe they haven't. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to think of what else they would have at a conference of this magnitude, where it's like not E3, but they want some stuff for the European market. I think that actually makes a case for Gran Turismo. I think
Yeah.
more than I'd previously considered.
I mean, I doubt any kind of price cut announcement or anything like that.
They already did it. They just did
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they just did their price cut. They could do some bundles. Like if you think about, in terms of like the competition aspect of it, like Microsoft has taken this approach where they have like a zillion different bundles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony certainly has some bundles as well, but
Yeah.
not.
Maybe FIFA stuff? Is it soccer season?
But it's
It's just like that just came out
FIFA
though.
just came
so
out.
there's
Oh.
not much else to say about FIFA.
maybe some new VR stuff.
I would
know.
expect there would be something
Some mention of
with
it at least,
PlayStation
but-
VR here.
That stuff continues to be kind of hard to show
What do you think?
off.
No Man's Sky, VR, yes, no? It seems like something that Sony would definitely want to
sure,
happen. I just
sure.
wonder, like, they're a pretty small team.
Yeah.
Like, if Sony wanted to make that happen in a timely fashion, they would probably have to, like,
They'd have to do it themselves.
drop, like,
Yeah.
airdrop engineers
Yes.
onto.
Show
Yes,
is about to
absolutely.
begin.
I can read, lady. They would have to drop engineers onto that project to make it happen, because I just don't think that
Yes.
that team is
Yeah.
big enough to do all. To do that
Talking
right
to every time I've talked to them, I've gotten the impression that they're under the gun, just
now. just
getting
to,
the game finished.
Yeah.
If there were a game that would be really conducive to that, though, that sounds awesome. Because especially like if it needs extra like, because there's the concern over like super high graphical fidelity games wouldn't run on the Morpheus or whatever. like,
Right.
but No Man's
Yeah.
Sky doesn't look like it's really pushing too much. As far
No,
as that.
but I mean, it's a huge extra headache to run in VR because you're having
yeah, but if they had a different team, or
Like,
something
hey, can you
doing
render
that
this
stuff.
twice?
Right, yeah. Or not headache so much as, like you need a lot of horsepower.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if they didn't spec for it, it might be really tough to. I bet the PC version
Yeah.
we'll have it or we'll get it. Or whatever.
Okay, some high impact violence.
Okay. Man, Russian ratings. Don't see that very often.
I'm ready for the highest of high impact violence. All three Triforces have been united.
Yeah, that was Drive Club.
It was.
They're adding motorcycles to Drive Club, I think.
Okay.
I thought I saw someone say that. Oh, right, they announced that Gravity Rush sequel.
Oh,
And
really?
remake. Yeah, so
PS4?
the first game's coming to PS4, and then they're working on a sequel.
That game's all right.
Nah.
It's all right.
I'm gonna turn our speaker down here. Maybe it's a little loud now.
Hey, there's people.
And then, I don't know if it'll show up here, but there's gonna be another beta for the Tomorrow People.
Tomorrow Children.
Tomorrow Children. Tomorrow People is a different thing. Oh, right, that thing.
Amplitude.
Amplitude, that David Jaffe game.
When is Amplitude coming out? Jeez.
They pushed it back.
Yeah.
Again?
No, they pushed back a little while ago. But I want to. It's like to backers in December and then out next year.
really?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
I feel like I heard like February for release or something.
Oh yeah, Dishonored 2.
Right. There's a Dishonored 2 next year.
Yeah.
That was an E3 thing, right?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of E3 stuff that has not been followed up on has kind of fallen away from my mind because there's been just so much stuff coming out this year.
On the upside, there are a lot of games already announced for next year. Like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Games are happening.
Nice.
It is nice.
For the games to be coming out again.
Please welcome to the stage, Jim Ryan.
Good old JR.
Yeah.
Sell up some sauce.
Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Paris Games Week 2015. This is the first time we've had the privilege of being able to come to this great city and share our plans with you. But while it might be our first time here, Paris Games Week has long been a cornerstone of an increasingly packed European gaming calendar. The permanence and maturity and growing substance are now all really striking features of our great industry in Europe. Something that resonates strongly with us as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the launch of the original PlayStation.
And yesterday was the anniversary of the PS2 launch in the US.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not that that's something they
It's been
would
an amazing journey.
spend a lot of time on
I
here.
want to say a very humble thank you to everyone who has placed so much trust in us. But tonight is no time for nostalgia. Tonight is about looking forward.
Here's Shadow of the Beast.
And Gran Turismo.
2015 has already been a fantastic year for PlayStation 4 players, with Bloodborne,
Okay. Heard of it?
The Order 1886,
Oh boy. That game.
Yeah!
and Arkham Knight.
It's a weird choice to throw in there.
Yeah, kind of.
Tearaway Unfolded,
A lot of Media Molecule people in the crowd.
Destiny: The Taken King, Until Dawn, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Rocket League,
It's cool to see a game like Rocket League get this kind of placement.
Nathan
Yeah.
Drake
Sure.
Collection,
I mean, it's
Though it's like the longer this list gets, the less exclusive it seems.
Yeah.
Releasing the PS4 now.
I would have thought that would have been a
And all
louder,
of these
there'd be more
games are either
Ubisoft
fully
people there.
exclusive or feature content only available on PlayStation 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Demonstrating unequivocally that PlayStation is the best place to play.
Wonder if those icons
In
are
addition to
something
this
they'll
great
use
lineup of games,
on
we're
packaging.
working really hard to broaden our portfolio of
Don't move that mouse
I'm
down.
not.
Turn that
It's
mouse
like, if
upside
I
down.
shift my weight, the
Turn that mouse upside down so that it
upside
doesn't
down?
roll on
Oh,
anything.
that's fancy. All right.
Make sure it's not pushing any of the buttons.
All right.
And since last Wednesday, PlayStation 4 has a brand new price in Europe of 349 euros. And we're also offering the Ultimate Player Edition, which features a 1 terabyte hard drive and a game. We have a wide range of
that new?
bundles, all offering fantastic value at 399 euros. But it doesn't stop there. Next month sees the release of 2 of the biggest games of this holiday season, both of which have content that is only available on PS4. Our partnership with Activision and
Call of Duty big in Europe?
Oh, right, of course.
One of our key
Yeah.
announcements at this year's E3. And we're delighted.
Call of Duty's
PlayStation gamers
probably
will be
big in
able to
Europe.
get
Yeah, I have no
Call of
idea,
Duty map
actually.
packs 30 days before any other platform.
Why do I feel like
Starting with
Europe
Black
would like
Ops
Killzone
3,
a lot?
which releases next week
That's where it's
with a
from.
limited
Yeah?
edition
Is that why I think
Call
that?
of Duty PS4. Now let's take a
controller
look
looks all right.
at the latest trailer for the ever-popular Zombies mode.
Oh,
showing the
boy.
Giants bonus map, which is available with the Black Ops 3 Season Pass.
Did it say Nuketown
Yeah.
Yes,
on that box?
there's I think it's Nuketown for Zombies mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the E is a 3.
What is left of you now? Nothing. What happens next is uncertain.
So do they only do zombies in the Treyarch games?
No, the game last year had a Zombies mode.
Do they call it zombies though?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
We are meddling
What
with
the
ever
fuck?
darker forces.
Guy had a sword.
Seems like old times, huh?
Still has a sword.
Advanced Warfare had a Zombies mode?
Didn't it?
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
wasn't it called something else?
They did like they had that
alien.
extinction mode thing.
Yeah,
In the
didn't
the Sledgehammer?
Oh, that's right. It's the aliens.
That was in the last Infinity Ward one. That was in Ghost.
I don't know. It's all of yeah.
I don't think Advanced Warfare had
I don't think
Maybe
it
you're
did
right.
either.
Maybe
anything
you're
like a
right.
zombies.
They had something.
I can't remember what they had.
They had the survival mode for
It
sure.
runs together.
Yes.
What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
I've never liked this mode.
Like all their like promotional stuff of like buy a bag of chips and get double XP is all for Zombies mode this year.
Weird.
Like they're leaning deeper into this dumb fucking mode
people
more than
love
they
it.
have before. Yeah, people love it. People love it. Like fucking spin it out into its own game. Get it out of Call of Duty.
The World at War was the first time they did this, right?
Yeah.
I alone can lead us to our salvation.
Maybe there is a way to end all of this. To return to our homes, our old lives, our families.
Get the lawyers on the phone. God damn it.
Cool.
Okay.
That was part of the trailer.
Forgot to bring up the crowd mic.
Star Wars.
Is unavoidable. We will witness the destruction
PTSDs on Tatooine?
and the end of this insignificant rebellion.
Soldiers of the Rebel Alliance, this is our most desperate hour. You are our only hope.
Yes.
They shouldn't start their press conference with games that have already had betas and
Yes.
like are super well known and just about out.
I agree.
Like this is like middle of the press conference type shit.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
For the rebellion.
Don't get in my way.
They really get like Carrie Fisher and people for this?
I highly, highly doubt it.
That won't happen again.
But who knows?
When does this come out?
Is it the 17th?
Of November?
Yeah, November.
Okay.
Comes out in November.
I think I'm way more excited for this than I am Call of Duty.
Your victory will be
Coming out of the beta, I feel like this will be a neat game, but I'm not super excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll happily play it for a while, but
I think I am getting caught up in like the Star Wars hype for the movie, and so for me, like seeing a game that looks this good in this universe makes me really excited.
I just find myself growing more and more cynical about the fucking like unrelenting ferocity of the Star Wars marketing machine.
It looks so good. It was like that in the 70s, man.
Not like this, dude.
Well, I mean, but nothing was like this then, because it couldn't be, because the internet
that's what I'm saying. It's a question of degree.
But
like,
it was posters and kids' books and action figures.
Trust me, I know, but like the onslaught has become so intense, I just like kind of don't want to hear about it anymore.
I mean, it was like that with the prequels too. I remember Phantom Menace.
It was the inflection point was that fucking like 18-hour long stretch of unboxings on that Friday or whatever, you know. It was just like, it's Star Wars Commerce Day.
Coordinated.
Yes, it's like, hey, buy everything Star Wars today.
Star Wars Commerce Day of like, here's a fucking toaster and a shower head. Like,
like that was the point where I checked out. I was just like, fuck off. I'll see the movie.
We're delighted.
Get out of my face.
With this amazing brand allows us to make available an exclusive Darth Vader PlayStation 4 when Star Wars Battlefront launches next month. Now it's time to look further ahead. I spoke earlier about our 20th anniversary, and one of the franchises that helped us establish ourselves in the 1990s makes a hugely welcome return to PlayStation in 2016 as a PS4 console exclusive.
Crash Bandicoot.
Is it Gran Turismo?
That would make
sense. In the 90s. That...
Yeah, Turismo was 90s. Oh.
Speaking of games that just had betas.
But today's not about nostalgia.
Yeah. '90s and Street Fighter I associate with Super Nintendo more than anything.
Oh yeah, totally. I don't know. I mean, the PlayStation had some. Decent Street Fighter games.
So did Genesis, you know. But like, Super Nintendo was always like a prime thing.
Although there's probably a lot of people wringing their hands about Blue Shadows in the crowd.
Is Green Pants Girl new?
Yeah, that's Laura.
Okay. Elzim.
Conflict.
Whoa, he's got a cool beard.
Huh.
All right. Yes, with Bison having gray hair and Delzim having a big beard, like, this has to be said.
I don't know. Yeah. You're probably right. They said they're going to do more with the story in this game than they've done in the past, so maybe.
Yeah.
Also, Street Fighter universe continuity is so unimportant that I feel like they could just say, like, hey, we're going to start taking it seriously, so, like, here's some stuff from the past, but look.
It's not like the deep story lore of Mortal Kombat.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
今日はちょっと皆さんこれ普通に始まる前に一つお願いがあるんですけども、このカンファレンスが始まる1時間半。
It's when you get hit and you get the birds above your head.
Oh, okay, right, okay. I just couldn't see what they were. That was like stars or space invaders or. Okay.
忘れた状態でこのカンファレンスを聞いていただけると僕は嬉しいなと思ってます。
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yoshinori Ono, and I'm the executive producer on Street Fighter V. It's great to be here in Paris with you today, but I have one favor to ask you before we start. If you could just pretend you haven't heard anything in the last hour or two about the game, and give me a really big round of applause for all the news, that'd be a really big help to me.
Capcom cannot catch a fucking break. On the leak front, man. They are. I guess, like, whatever. It's a good problem to have, right? People want to know about your stuff enough to data mine things out of your betas and accidentally leak a bunch of shit.
As savvy as people have gotten about doing that, I'm surprised the developers haven't gotten stricter about.
I think it's just one of those things where, like, the time it would take to
maybe
like,
it's not worth it
to hack-proof a beta would A, probably break the build, and B, just not be worth it.
One of the reasons, like Destiny weekly updates, they actually implied that they kind of like got a kick out of watching people like dig data out of there and sort of get excited about it. So maybe they don't consider it a problem in general. Although in this case, like
they've got a big stage announcement.
Blowing your stage reveal, kind of a bummer.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter still happening?
Sure. Oh yeah, that's out any day now.
That screenshot like 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4. They're like 7 or I don't know. This is a long time ago now.
Yeah, let's see. The other one came out, what, 3.5 years ago?
ゲーム内のマネーであるとか、
I think they announced that like 2010, 2011.
コンテンツのサポートによって無料で皆さんこの
There's like Jason.
Ono just goes. He's not waiting to like give his translator an easy time.
Fuck your mental buffer. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Well, whatever. All this stuff's probably on a teleprompter.
We're announcing a new character at every recent event. I want to bring something extra for you today. We've got the exclusive world news today that there are going to be 6 additional characters added to the game in the first year after launch. All 6 characters will be unlockable for free using the in-game currency we're calling Fight Money.
Fight Money.
This image you can see here actually includes some hints on what characters to expect. So get on the forums and get speculating.
And they've said straight up like you can unlock characters with in-game currency, right?
Yes. Yeah. So you can use Fight Money to get the characters, or you could just buy them.
Okay.
I've got one more announcement for you here at Paris Games Week.
このストリートファイター5、2016年2月16日に欧米でリリースすることが決定いたしました。
It makes me very happy to announce here that Street Fighter V will be available on PlayStation 4 in Europe and the Americas on Tuesday, 16th of February, 2016.
Okay, this is February.
Cool. Around the same time they launched 4, around that like February timeframe.
ここから話すことが新しい話です。多分まだこれはリークされてない。
That's kind of soon.
I've got one last thing for you, and I'm pretty confident this wasn't leaked recently.
Just drops his
皆さん、
pants.
ストリートファイター5はローンチの時に16体のキャラクターが出るということをアナウンスしてたと思うんですけども、今日皆さんにですね、その16体目のキャラクターをちょっと紹介したいなと思ってます。
We've already announced 15 of the 16 launch lineup characters for the game, but since we want to bring you something that's actually new today, do you want me to go ahead and tell you who the last character is?
そのローンチのキャラクターは Here we go! え
Last character is you. Who is that?
So maybe there will be a Tekken Cross Street Fighter announcement.
Oh, that's the Tekken
Really?
dude?
Yeah, Harada's the Tekken guy.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that likes to troll people on Twitter and stuff, right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, he's the one guy that likes to troll.
Well, I mean, from the Tekken team.
Mr. Harada, what are you doing interrupting me in a very well-rehearsed fashion?
いや
But he's kind of the mouthpiece, right? Or he's the
he's the producer,
he's the guy.
head guy. He's the face of Tekken.
スタッフにちゃんと撮ってもらいましたこれ。ありがとうございます。
I was told that I'll be appearing in your game, hence your staff actually prepared this awesome picture for us.
なんでそれでストリートファイターの格好してるのあなたこうやって。
いやいや今日ね悪いメディアがすごいことをリークしてましたけども。
Why doing this pose? It's not very Street Fighter-like.
ねこの僕がストリートファイター5に登場するという情報だけは誰もつかめてなかったようで。
Yeah, it was very cool that although a lot of your info leaked, that this portion regarding myself wasn't.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Apologize that I can't just speak in the new characters in this stage. So please, next time that I reveal the announcement of 16 characters. Thank you very much for today's
Okay, please go away. Thank you.
Okay, so this is just Tekken 7 is going to come out for consoles.
Okay.
登場とヘッドラインに書いてください。
Fuck.
That was super weird.
In your headlines, Harada is going to be appearing in Street Fighter V.
はい改めまして
Alright.
皆さ
I
ん
gotta hop up.
バンダイナムコ
Cue Dark Souls trailer.
今日はここに呼んでいただいて非常に光栄です。
So, hello everyone. I'm Katsuhiro Harada from Bandai Namco.
Careful with that live mic.
And also the Tekken project. I'm very happy to be here with you all today.
プレイステーションは今年で20周年、そして
I want to play Tekken 7.
I do too.
So I've been kind of waiting for them to finally just get around to announcing this.
Yeah. I like. Was Tag Tournament 2 the last one?
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't really stick with it too much.
Yeah.
The tag game is kind of...
As you all know, we have a very long and successful history with the
Or that Wii U one where you could like draw silly things for their pants.
Yeah,
最新作である鉄拳7がついにこのプレイステーション4にやってきます。
And today, I'd like to announce that Tekken 7 is coming to the PlayStation 4.
Thank you. メルシー僕。このシリーズ最新作正統続編である鉄拳7は、ファンの皆さんが待望している、ストーリー展開の方も、大きく動きます、今日はそのティザー映像を持ってきました。
Tekken 7 is the 7th installment in the long-running series, and fans can look forward to a dramatic and over-the-top progression of the canon storyline.
Well, all right, sold.
Everyone gets thrown into volcanoes.
Right. There are 7 volcanoes. You choose when you complete the game which volcano to throw them into.
Branching
Be
paths.
the most complete and enhanced version up to date.
そしてもちろん、プレイステーションファンの皆さんが、非常にハッピーになっていただけるような特別なコンテンツも用意しようというふうに考えています。
We also have special content in the works that's sure to please PlayStation fans.
それでは映像の方どうぞ。
Now, let's see the latest trailer.
Thank you.
Polygon man masks for everyone. Yep. It's a Tekken trailer, all right.
Yeah. Ogre.
They put a little extra blur on Tekken 3 for some reason.
Yeah.
Like what? We found this VHS tape with Tekken 3 footage on it. Figured that'd be enough.
I've been blown away in Tekken 3 that you could see their individual fingers.
Yeah.
And the bowling mode.
Tekken 6, you know, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Brad, you missed it. They threw someone in a volcano.
Wait, is that like...
That's
Kid
young
Kazuya?
Young Kazuya.
Yeah, getting thrown off a cliff?
Thrown into a volcano.
His dad's a dick.
What? He threw his wife into a volcano too?
Heihachi's wife?
Yes. Overwhelming power. Finally. Is this just 7?
Yeah.
Is 7 a prequel?
I don't remember.
Got a flashback?
Yeah.
You can see that we can play as the dude they modeled P-Jack after.
Does it matter?
Right, yeah, the real Jack.
Yeah.
They'll call him real R Jack.
私は平八さんを愛しています。そして平八さんも私。
That's why he threw me in that volcano. You just don't know him like I do. Like, ugh, no.
It's a love story.
Yeah. Oh, beta. That was a play the beta first logo there.
This is Battleborn. I get Battleborn and Overwatch confused constantly.
I think their betas launched the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
Overwatch's out today. I mean, beta.
Yeah. I think there's some kind of Battleborn alpha happening.
There's a walking mushroom, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a hat.
I think this game is either going to be super huge or it's going to be like Evolve.
Yeah.
The way everybody keeps talking about it, I would lean toward the latter. But
I mean, I have not seen the competitive multiplayer in it, so like that's where it seems that like all the MOBA comparisons are coming from. They got a 5-on-5 thing, but like fighting AI and doing it multiple times with different characters back at E3. Nothing about this game stood out in any meaningful way. It was just like, all right, I guess you made that. I don't think this is as big a deal as you think it is, but maybe there's something I'm missing. So, you know, maybe the competitive multiplayer is supposed to be the thing.
Think what we could do if we worked together.
Yeah, we'll have to see like how their like playtest goes, like what the reaction is out of that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like I said, it seemed like there was just nothing to it.
Style looks all right. It's kind of nice and colorful.
Yeah.
It looked like it looked like stuff that was like cut from a Borderlands game with like a slightly different art style to me.
Next big first-person
I don't know.
shooter from the team that brought you Borderlands. I'm pleased to announce that PS4 players will be the first to experience the highly anticipated open beta on console when it arrives next year. The next 3 games are all PS4 console exclusives releasing in 2016.
It's weird how much of the on-stage role has just become that type of like housekeeping of like, here's the thing I'm going to tell you about the status of this game.
Yeah. In current parlance, console exclusive means PS4 and Steam, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then even then, probably like a timed exclusive.
Not always, but could be.
Usually, I don't feel like there are that many permanent third-party exclusives these days.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, totally.
The economics don't work out on either end.
Minecrafty.
This is
It's got a cool look to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna do with that hammer.
He's gonna break some blocks with it.
All right.
Turn those blocks into materials you can make other blocks out of.
Say what? Should probably go back through the portal. You should probably get out of there.
Tale of the Sun.
Tale of the Sun 2.
Yeah.
Finally.
Okay.
All right.
Intrigued.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I grew up with PlayStation. Now I'm part of a team creating Vector, a new type of music rhythm game that adds an extra dimension to my music, extending the experience. The game allows you to be creative, designing your own levels, as well as playing against other players, capturing the feeling of being at a live concert with over 10,000 fans.
MTV Music Generator.
Show the game full screen for a while.
Sony's got a terrible habit of this at their press conferences.
We are not talking about the multiplayer right now.
So live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child. These are the nights that never die.
You say this was called Vector?
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently one of those dudes was Avicii.
Yes. The dude in the hat.
Avicii, a DJ guy?
Yes.
See the guy that played that Activision thing a few years ago at E3?
Probably.
I've seen
maybe.
No, that was David Guerrero.
David Guetta.
David Guetta, yeah. Oh, here's how much it's got, right?
It's kind of weird. They just threw it into this kind of montagey thing.
Maybe they're holding true to the, hey, go finish the game, lock yourselves up, get it done.
Yeah.
planets.
An extended stage thing doesn't benefit this game anymore.
Oh, sure.
Battles to be fought.
Especially because I felt like there was a little bit of an adverse reaction to the last one.
Yeah.
Treasures unknown.
People seem kind of nonplussed with it.
The universe. You wouldn't believe.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Bet they'll announce a date for this at the PlayStation Experience. What do you think?
Yeah, that would make sense. And he did say that it was out next year. So is that the closest they've gotten to a date?
When did he?
At the start, he said these next 3 games are coming out next year, and they're all.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
Wow. Okay, that's more specific than I was expecting.
It's pretty specific.
That's all right.
Please welcome to the stage.
There was a time when it was supposed to be out this year.
It's a raucous crowd.
Thank you. Good evening, Paris. It's fantastic to be here with you to share more great games from Worldwide Studios coming exclusively to PlayStation. At Worldwide Studios, we are privileged to work with some of the most talented creators from all around the globe. These creators are the lifeblood.
This guy up a little bit.
Have been a massive part of our success for the past 20 years. We're not the only ones celebrating a 20th anniversary this year. So too are our great friends at Housemarque. So to help them celebrate, not only did we show up a new demo of the much-anticipated Alien Nation at the pre-show, but I'm also thrilled to announce another new title from them called Matterfall, combining their world-renowned prowess for arcade action.
Housemarque make Helldivers?
Visual effects.
No.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
Oh, it was Arrowhead.
Okay.
Is this the game they're doing with Eugene Jarvis? Like there's some kind of documentary that they're filming that is like about the production of a game that they are teaming up with Eugene Jarvis to make.
Whoa.
Which you figure that the games they've been making have been Defender and Robotron, you know, like.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this is not that.
No, probably not, but yeah, you might as well go to the source on that stuff.
Right, yeah. Or maybe this is that, I don't know.
It could be. This looks like
Vanquish.
This could translate into some kind of old school arcadey looking thing. Yeah, totally.
I'm a robot man. Let's go step on some necromorphs. All right.
What's like the biggest game Housemarque has made? Do they only do downloadable arcadey stuff, or like they did Super Stardust,
right?
Dead Nation, Resogun,
Alien Nation, and I guess Matterfall now.
Wonder what the scale of them. I guess we're not gonna find out what the scale of that thing is.
There's some more of that shark rolling down a hill game.
Yeah. Just 20 minutes of a shark rolling down a hill. Katamari Damacy with a shark.
Yeah.
They put out a Ratchet and Clank last year, right?
Are they rebooting the first one?
I thought that came out last year. Is that what?
This is the tie-in with the movie, isn't it?
Is this that? Is that out? Is that what?
Wait, was there one after All for One? Was there another like Quest for Booty downloadable one? Or?
No, I'm saying, didn't they put out the remake of the first one last year?
I don't mean like an HD thing. I mean like a remake of the first one redone for the movie.
Remake. Or is that what this is?
This does not look like the first one.
This is.
So you're home for all the hottest Ratchet and Clank.
You're home for I liked Ratchet and Clank 1 and 2. Those were both pretty awesome. And then after that they were fine, but
yeah.
I like them all except for Deadlocked.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it sure looks nice.
It looks really good.
That did not come out.
This has got to be the tie-in with the movie.
I guess.
But this is not the time for nostalgia.
Yes. Oh, I didn't think they'd show this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Good evening. My name is Herman Hulst from Guerrilla Games, and I'd like to welcome you to Horizon Zero Dawn. Set on Earth, more than 1,000 years into the future, this is a world that's ruled by amazing...
This is definitely the most interesting thing they have in the hopper.
Yeah.
She must use every element
that we know about.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's announced, but...
Aloy is on a quest here, and that quest is to get a very specific resource from the canisters on the backs of the machines that we're looking at here. They're called the grazers. And the grazers are part of an entire machine ecology where each machine has its own unique purpose in the world and its own unique resources that Aloy, as the master craftswoman, can use to craft new weapons, new ammo, and new outfits.
It's good looking foliage.
Yeah.
The combat is all about knowing your enemies and your environments. And Aloy is going to use an ammo type here called the explosive tripwire in order to set traps that she hopes she'll be able to push this herd into.
Isn't this basically what they showed at E3?
They were taking out a bigger thing at E3, weren't they?
Yeah, but they also...
They used the tripwire.
Oh, you know what? I think this is what we saw in that kind of closed door demo.
Oh, okay.
That didn't actually make it out to the public, so... Yeah, I totally remember this specific trick.
Oh, and then scares them this way. Yeah. So I was not in that demo with you.
Okay, yeah.
A couple of alpha grazers stuck around here to defend the herd and give it an opportunity to escape.
I could have told you that shot was not gonna.
This whole conceit of just like herds of roving robotic animals seems so unconventional.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, like
potentially
the
really
world seems like it has a
intriguing.
ton of potential. Just not gonna search the rest of those, huh? Use every part of the robot.
Crash? Oh no, we just opened up def mode to show you our
Yeah,
final
that's
Thunder.
totally from that
Thunder
E3
Jaw,
demo.
it's 24 meters long, it's 10 meters high, and you can see here the sheer size differential between it and Aloy. Now the Thunderjaw makes for a very strategic fight. It's got 93 armor plates which cover the soft tissue underneath, and if you can zoom in on these weak points, it gives you a massive advantage.
Soft tissue, so is there supposed to be like living things under all that?
No.
Zoom in here on this disc launcher. If you take that off, you might be able to use the machine's weapons against itself. So you will prevent it from...
It's like the opposite of a Terminator. It's soft tissue under a robotic skeleton.
Hang on, I'll let him finish. I'll tell you what they said at
Let's
E3.
get back into the fight and actually recommend we get out of the way here.
I'm glad they did that because that was a cool moment during that E3 demo, but I mean, by soft tissue, he's just talking about those, like, the tubing under there.
Okay.
The pipes and stuff. That
So
look,
not organic stuff.
It's not actually
right.
organic, but it, you know, it's meant to evoke musculature. You can kind of see it in there. It looks like muscle fiber or whatever.
Okay.
But those are weak points because they're orange.
But these are fully robotic.
I mean, presumably, I don't, you know, who knows if there's a brain in there or something.
They've
but,
got
like,
the souls of dead alien ghosts inside of them.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, there are tiny woodland creatures in there, and you have to spin into a ball on them to free them.
Okay, all right.
And then they all fly out of you at the end of the level and go free. Cool.
Nope, now I'm out again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad they did that. It's, I think, like, hearing the stats on that thing, it's like, oh, there's like 90 whatever different things you can break off on this thing. Makes it seem really cool to fight.
They should invent guns. The robots seem to have invented guns. She's got a bow. Shooting shock stuff. Like. Alright, the bow seems to be doing fine. There you go. Just invent more of those. Bring that around with you. Your weird shock bow. cool that it has to fall over and then try to struggle to get back up.
Yeah.
So,
Shut you down!
Thanks so much for having us here at Paris Games Week.
That looks
We are
super cool.
Looking forward
Yeah.
to bringing you Horizon Zero Dawn in 2016.
so yeah, that was just the E3 demo that you got?
Yeah.
Okay. They confirmed that this is out here this year?
I think so.
Or is it just Japan? Because they showed it at TGS and said it was out there.
I don't know that. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if that was just like an omission because it was in another territory, or if it has to be out here too, right?
I would
Like
assume so.
The original game launched like within a day or two of each other.
I would assume that they would be interested in keeping the games in sync for server purposes as well.
I was reading up on this. I was like a little too harsh on it from that first trailer. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff in here. Like it is a whole new area. It's the same as the Dark Souls DLC, where it's like in the first few hours of the game you unlock the ability to get into the DLC. But they don't straight up tell you here's the DLC. Like you kind of have to figure out where it is and how to get into it. But they said
Is that a two-headed undead horse thing? All right, so there's your date for Europe at least.
They said they originally had 2 DLCs planned and then they just merged them into one. So that's going to be the only thing they put out. They said it's like 8 hours of stuff.
Finally, Drive Club 2. No, I think they said that there'd be some motorcycles coming to Drive Club. I think that might be what this is. I don't actually know. Yeah. Burnout Bikes. Big Surf Island's coming next year. I'll be pretty excited about it.
All right.
Sometimes I feel like the only people who truly care about motorcycles in like racing games of any kind are people who own motorcycles. Like motorcycle racing and all the stuff that's come over the years, you know, the MX and that sort of stuff has always been.
Are motorcycle only racing games still like a going concern?
I can't really think of it. MX versus ATV is coming out again. That's not pure motocycles. Yeah, there's another one of those
that
coming
after
out
THQ?
in a few weeks. I forget.
The world of Drive Club. There's a new campaign tour, multiplayer events and challenges, all tailored to the unique thrill of driving at insane speeds on 2 wheels. Bikes will come either as an expansion pack for Drive Club or as a standalone game. And the best part is that there will be no need to wait. I'm pleased to announce that it will be available to download from the PlayStation Store immediately after the show ends tonight.
Use that hashtag.
Drive Club Bikes.
Okay. Next up, I'm honored to introduce
Trending worldwide.
a creator who is known for putting his own unique spin on different game genres. From our Japan studio, to share more on Gravity Rush 2, Keiichiro Toyama.
I would not have expected this to get a sequel.
Yeah.
Thought it was all right, but I can't imagine it did that well.
I thought it was a really cool idea, that first one, but I just did not enjoy playing it.
Hello everyone, I'm Keiichiro Toyama, the director of Gravity Rush.
I mean, they could get there with a sequel, you know, there's like stuff they could do, but I just...
What was the core concept?
You could alter gravity to where you could look at a spot in the distance and press a button and make that the new like ground. So if you like looked up at the ceiling and pressed whatever button it was, you'd.
So like in service of what? Was it a puzzle game? Mainly?
No, it was a third person.
There was a bit of like, how am I going to get here sort of thing.
You had to collect a bunch of stuff, I remember.
It's more of a third person action adventure type thing?
Kinda, yeah, there's combat and stuff. I think it was when people were still like optimistic about the Vita, and it was a original Vita game, and they got some exposure from that.
In Gravity Rush 2, you can switch between 3 different gravity styles. including the normal style you already had in the first game, you will have Lunar style, which makes your body lighter and quicker, and also Jupiter style, which gives you heavier and more powerful attacks. This adds a great depth to the combat.
ダイナミックなオブジェクトの破壊表現も特徴になっておりますので、ぜひそのあたりもご期待ください。
It's so much fun to see the environment.
Subversively wearing his Gravity Days T-shirt.
So I hope you enjoy what you're
I
about.
don't know. It's like a dumb change. Like, well, it's like changing from Days to Rush.
Is it definitely Days?
D-A-Z-E.
I didn't know if it was Days or if it was supposed to be Japanese, like Daze.
I had not considered that, but my understanding is it is just Days.
I don't know. Is this just a PS4 game then? Wait, what am I asking? Of course they're not going to make another Vita game.
Visually, it actually doesn't look that much different than the Vita one.
Is it two separate things? Is it like there's a remaster coming out as one thing?
And they're putting the first game onto PS4, and then there's a sequel.
Okay.
I think that's...
Yeah, this looks alright.
It's certainly got style.
Yeah. Oh, an AI-controlled ally. Okay.
Thank God, I hate people.
Yeah, seriously.
Please welcome to the stage, Christophe Balestra.
Bonsoir Paris, bonsoir à tous. All right, in English now, sorry. So it was a pleasure to be back in France, where I get to visit my family, friends, and our fans, of course. At Naughty Dog, our #1 goal with Uncharted 4 was to create the Uncharted game we've been wanting to play, and obviously that extends to our multiplayer. That meant leveraging everything we've learned from previous Uncharted
They're at that point in the reveal cycle where it's like, all right, this is Paris, not E3, here's your multiplayer stuff.
This is effectively the plasma rifle.
That define Uncharted. But we're also introducing lots of new features like sidekicks, where you can spawn an NPC to get some extra help, mysticals, to turn a game around by using some of the Uncharted supernatural elements, and our warp mechanic to take our traversal and melee systems to a whole new level. You'll be able to play Uncharted 4 on March 18, 2016.
It's like kind of a sly look.
And if you are too impatient, you'll be able to try our multiplayer beta, available on PSN from December 4 to December 13 of this year.
Oh, wow. That's pretty soon.
And if you are really impatient, you should go to Paris Games Week, where we'll have 40 kiosks waiting for you. Here you go.
Okay.
So
Please
until
keep
we see you online, let's take a look at what you can expect to see in Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
I wonder if any of that like Facebook stuff from Last of Us will show up in this in any way.
I like that stuff.
It was a cool.
Yeah,
they used it well. I don't know how it would make sense in a. Whatever. I'm sure they could do something similar if they wanted to.
Get your ass over here! See me? Go ahead, make some friends. Explosive, go, go!
Oh.
Victor Sullivan, reporting for duty.
Wait. Is this competitive? I assume?
I assume so. I mean,
or have they've done like horde-ish like, wave-based stuff before, right?
I think they did both.
Yeah, they totally. Yeah, 3 totally had that.
They did some co-op little like mini missions in 2 as well.
Going down.
That's right. Yeah, 3 had a pretty well fleshed out like PvE kind of thing.
Yeah.
back.
Pick me up! Come on, let's get you back up.
Assistance required. Would anyone like to play?
They got me!
Oh, shit. You look better on the ground. See ya.
I wonder if all this wisecracking is going to be in the actual mode.
I hope not.
Coming back to me now.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, they should totally lean into everything that Uncharted is.
Yeah, totally. So here's an
yeah.
ancient death totem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Now drop an arcade machine on them.
Now you're talking. Mystical arcade machine.
Yeah.
The scope and quality of the game is incredible. Uncharted 4 will no doubt set a new benchmark for AAA action-adventure games, both single-player and multiplayer. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again. Christoph Balestra and the whole team at Naughty Dog. At Worldwide Studios, we want to offer PlayStation fans the widest variety of innovative experiences possible. Another of our studios that epitomizes our passion for innovation is the wonderfully creative team at Media Molecule.
Oh, right,
They
this
love
thing.
to challenge,
Sculpt things and dance around with Puppets game.
deliver experiences that are truly unique. Their latest game, Dreams, will redefine what play can be. To tell us more, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage from Media Molecule, Alex Evans and Mark Healy.
Hello everyone. Today, Mark and I would love to show you a little bit of what it's like to explore Dreams on PlayStation 4, live for the first time outside our little studio. And so, Dreams is a game designed to unleash your creativity, to turn the PS4 into the creative console. The game is still in an alpha state, so this is probably going to go completely wrong, but we felt the best way to update you was just to play.
Bonsoir, Paris!
This is your imp. Every player gets to create their own customized imp who goes everywhere with you in Dreams. You use your imp to explore, communicate with the people and characters that you meet. So, imps are very nimble. They follow your movement with the controller exactly, and Mark can even change their expression, drawing a new mouth shape with the touchpad on the DualShock controller.
I was demoing this with Move before, didn't I?
No, that was that before the PS4 came out. They had the Move like carving tech demo thing. Like
Was that the Dancing with Puppets game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a donut or a bagel?
The shapes out of the way here.
It's important.
I know.
Place that on there and then throw that.
We're gonna make the old EA logo.
Ball looks a little bit bouncy. Yep, there we go. Let's get that out of the way. And this is rather heavy looking.
Ever play Tumble, a PlayStation Move launch game?
Probably.
This reminds me of that. Kind of like competitive Jenga type thing that actually worked really well. It was like the best thing I've done with Move.
So many people have asked us, what is it actually like to play Dreams? Today we'd like to show you focusing on two things. Firstly, on characters.
Hello, panda thing. Let's see if I can take you over.
So in Dreams, your imp can possess characters, vehicles, or even inanimate objects. And Mark's just going to have a little wander around this level. And when he possesses the character, he can directly move it like a puppet. And as you can see, it's very easy to be expressive, emotive. It's just fun messing around.
Peekaboo.
Thanks, Mark. The second thing we want to talk about is how we mash up creation and gameplay. So the owner of this particular Dream has decided to set all the gameplay rules so that we can create whatever we like. Each one can be different. Each Dream can go from traditional platforming to racing to sandboxes, puzzles, and of course, making things.
I'm just going to stamp a few trees down here and make this into a more kind of spooky forest or something.
The owner of this Dream has left things wide open, and so Mark can do whatever he likes. And here we're just showing you how easy it is to make a level out of pre-existing assets. But of course, in Dreams, you can create, remix, and sculpt your own. Well, we won't go into that today.
There we go. I'm just going to wander back down here. And there's a rather exciting looking item there. Some kind of house or shed. Just put one of those there and go and investigate that. Okay, there's a door. I'm going to open it. Ooh. What do you think, Alex?
That looks really nice. Like, it doesn't look like a bunch of prefab parts just mashed together. It like blends together and makes.
I
it
wonder
nice.
if you can make that character open the door, or if you have to pop out of it, open the door with the imp, and then pop back into it.
Dreams,
I don't know.
In Dreams, doors are very special things. They can lead you to completely different places each time you use them. And this one is leading us on a story.
Okay, let's have a little explore here. So
A single-player mode of sorts? Like I almost thought this was some kind of like Little Big Planet creation heavy thing at first.
That's
okay. Back over here.
I wouldn't.
What it is.
Are they implying that this was all created by a player, or is this
With anything, whether it's a manhole cover, a well, a clearing in a forest,
sculpted?
can be a gateway to another.
Some of that stuff's probably prefab.
Some of it's got to be.
Okay, nothing there.
It did look like you could make some pretty nice looking stuff with the sculpting tools, though.
Probably be heading up there.
I just don't know how you do that without like having 20 hours of tutorials like Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be that all over again.
And find something hidden.
Okay, well this looks like a rather obvious little spot to investigate. But actually, before I do that, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it keeps popping out to manipulate other stuff. That's kind of weird.
What do you think of that?
Come on, Mark, we've got a demo to get on with.
Okay, the way the bear keeps like gesticulating as they move the cursor is really weirding me out.
Yes, of course. And this. Okay, here we go into the light. Oh, a little bit spooky. What's this? Oh my lord, the size of this thing. Let's see if we can get its attention. Hello. Yoo-hoo. Okay, that's not working, so let's try this. Ah, now this is more like it. Look at this. I am Mighty Mouse.
That is not Mighty Mouse.
So characters
How
are the
dare
best way
you,
to
sir?
build Dreams. And there are literally going to be thousands to play because they're really easy to customize and create. And we reckon the variety is going to be like nothing else.
I like the bear better.
Getting kind of a little bit of a Secret of Nim vibe off of that thing.
Tiny panda to this grumpy old huge mouse. In Dreams, it's possible.
Let's have a little sniff around here, make sure there's no booby traps. Okay. Well, hopefully this book has got some kind of revelation in it for me. Here we go. Yes. Some kind of balloon lantern thing. Okay. So I think it's pretty obvious what we need to use those for. So I'm going to head back the way we came here. With my big mouse. We'll leave him there. Go back to this little fella. Scamper back over here. Maybe a little wave goodbye. And then through here. And if I remember rightly, just around this corner. Yes, a platform and an obvious little clue there. So let's bring up our inventory, stamp a couple of these down here. And I think that's our ticket out of here.
So what you've seen us here do today is play a really simple dream, both with our imp and by possessing characters. But the amazing thing to remember is that everything here was created completely from scratch using the PlayStation 4. No pre-made assets, no factory presets.
Wow.
The only limitations are those of your imagination. And if you played Little Big Planet, you remember that play and create were separate. But this game is all about mashing them together, and it's even better when you take it online. And when we were practicing this last part of the demo, Maya and John joined Mark and then completely ignored the level and ignored my script. They just messed around and ended up having a load of fun. And I think that really captures Dreams at its best. It's joyful exploration, it's open-ended, and who knows what experiences lie in wait once you all get to play it. We certainly can't wait. Thank you.
Seems like one of those games where you're gonna have to rely on like the 0.1% of people that are really diving in and doing really cool stuff to make awesome stuff.
Their goal seems to be to prevent that by making it so you're engaging with the creation tools as part of playing it. That it is just kind of this thing you're messing around with.
I mean, it looks super cool.
It does. It looks a little aimless.
Yeah. And I just wonder if people are just going to make a bunch of like trash areas and stuff, or how that even plays into the progression, if you can even call it that.
They kind of said you could make racing games and all this other stuff, but it seems like it really is about you using this imp to manipulate the world, and not like you as a imp, like embodying this character and then manipulating the world as the character. But I mean, they kept popping out to open doors and do all this other stuff, right?
It's pretty like incredible range of visuals that we're looking at here.
I mean, this looks awesome.
Yeah. On top of the visual asset creation, though, I would want to know like what kind of range of like mechanics and behaviors can you play with. You know, obviously pretty diverse range if they're making soccer games and racing games and stuff.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by that.
But it seems like very much another Little Big Planet.
Yeah, it seems like something you definitely need to like get your hands on to really wrap your mind around what that thing's going to be.
A new dimension of gaming is almost here, and PlayStation is at the forefront of bringing virtual reality to gaming. PlayStation VR transports you from your living room to fascinating worlds that you'd otherwise never have the opportunity to visit. With the strong sense of presence that PlayStation VR creates, your body believes you are in a different world, even though your mind knows you are wearing a VR headset. And when people try it, they have an outstanding experience. This week at Paris, we are excited to have 8 games playable on the show floor. Games including the London Heist, Playroom VR, Rigs, and Battlezone, just to mention a few.
Yeah.
Is that stuff they had at E3?
Some of it, yeah.
That virtual reality,
the heist thing they had there.
The heist thing, yeah.
The playroom thing we tried.
Yeah.
There's unlimited potential for social and competitive interaction in VR. One example of this vision is Rigs Mechanized Combat League, developed by Guerrilla Games Cambridge. Rigs explores multiplayer esports immersed in PlayStation VR.
We need an esports button.
Yeah. That was Guerrilla Cambridge.
All hands on the trigger. All eyes on the gun. They don't believe that we're strong enough to hold on. 'Cause I'm the only one to get you. The only one to figure you out. You're a place that I can go to.
Thought I saw some talk this morning about some kind of PlayStation branded esports platform coming.
Okay. They have to be making a big push toward that, right? Because they don't have anything in that category.
Yeah, they don't have games that fit into
now.
that.
Yeah.
And we're under 2 minutes here in Dubai. Killswitch now making his move in overdrive. He leaps, and he scores! The Cobras take a 2-1 lead, and the crowd goes wild. Combat centered around the goal. Another takedown.
That guy. She seems concerned.
Shot from behind. Oh, ejected. She won't make that mistake again. Back with anger management in overdrive. Scoring opportunity. Where's the defense? Easy.
Oh, man.
Game tied, 30 seconds on the clock. The Cobras are about to score. Can they do it? Crowd control trying to stop him.
Is there a ball? Did you see a player having a ball?
No,
or is it like just a player
lasers?
jumping through the goal? Okay, is that
Robert Downey Jr. vision?
With the momentum change that they needed. Amazing aerial takedown.
This is...
She's heading for the goal. Only seconds left on the clock.
It's a very NBA Jam announcer.
But who knows if this is even an in-game announcer or just them fucking yelling shit. I feel like they did a bad job of explaining what the rules of this fake future sport are. It was all vibe.
Thank you. Today, it's my pleasure to announce a new title in development for PlayStation VR. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood.
What? That was quick. Man.
Carnival themed?
Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Supermassive Games are bringing another unique horror experience built from the ground up exclusively to PlayStation VR. A roller coaster with a twist.
Wonder if that's a big full-priced sequel thing, or if it's like a kind of...
He literally just called it a roller coaster, so it sounds like
From a terrifying
could be
world.
like an on rails kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in addition to our first-party
Like is
studios,
VR just going to be the new Kinect?
also extremely
Of like we can't quite figure out what kind of games to make around this thing.
Yeah.
And today, it's my
So here is an on-guided experience.
Re-releasing Dead Space Extraction.
Yari.
Just have pictures of Peter Molyneux pop up in every demo just saying, it's not on rails.
Yep. as light gun games go, Dead
Sign the
Space
wall.
Extraction is kind of cool.
Sign the wall.
Hi, everybody. I'm delighted to be here today. But most of us here today...
I did not recognize him. He grew his hair out.
The sort of VR experience in
Been a crazy time for Crytek.
I guess so. Not a lot of time for haircuts.
The reality that's just around the corner. The first time I tried out the PlayStation VR, it blew my mind. Not just because I imagined what
Crytek going from making a Microsoft exclusive to making a Sony exclusive,
but also
potentially.
Don't they own Time Splitters?
It was like
Yes. Yes.
There's VR.
for the very first time.
It's not about nostalgia, Dan.
When people went from black and white to color. To me, that's what makes VR so special. It has the power to amaze us all over again. As developers, VR allows us to explore entirely new ways of telling stories.
So here's Warface VR.
For players, it will let them step into worlds that are truly without any boundaries. Games that are built from ground up for VR will capture our imaginations like never before. And the more powerful the technology behind them, the more captivating this will be. Today, I'm very excited to announce that the power of CryEngine VR and PlayStation 4 VR and the innovative PlayStation will come together in a brand new virtual reality game. We believe it will bring the magic of VR home in a spectacular style. And we are very excited to give you the very world's first look at it today. From Crytek for PlayStation VR, this is Robinson, The Journey. Thank you.
It still like weirds me out when I see realistic looking environments that are built for VR, because I always think of it still as like Tron World. So seeing foliage is, I don't know. There's some kind of weird disconnect for me.
Okay.
This has to be CG though, right?
The name of the game is Let's Not Get Squashed.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Definitely.
2 simple rules. Follow me closely and do as I say. Got it?
Unless it's a VR FMV game.
Okay, all right.
Stop. Bear left.
Oh God. The way he's going like stop, go left, feels real Dragon's Lair to me.
Gotta go to 3, 6, 9er. It's just sewer shark.
Robin, are you ready for a different game?
David Robinson?
It's a sequel to Journey?
I assume is that supposed to be some kind of Robinson Crusoe kind of thing? Weird. I don't know.
That lady's going like,
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Let me know if you need me to flip this mouse over and go to Twitch.
Uh-oh. Do it. Yeah, that's the one.
Sure.
Yeah.
We don't have
Nope.
a web browser.
Sorry, fellas.
Jesus Christ, Dan. Hit the back button. You were on the page, weren't you?
No. No, that was that.
Is it not the other tab up there?
This is the Twitch tab. I thought it'd be on the Twitch home screen.
/
homepage.
PlayStation.
Could you just try refreshing the YouTube page?
I'll try that.
All right.
There you
Well,
go.
we missed a Battlezone trailer. Man, that looks like old Battlezone. Fuck.
will be coming first.
Is Battlezone that thing that Drew likes a lot?
So, Battlezone has been different things over the years, but yes.
Wasn't it the old vector graphics thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original Battlezone was
Yeah.
it looked like that. But then they made it like a weird RTS-ish kind of thing.
It was like 20. No, I'm thinking of Warzone 2100.
World you choose to visit. And this is not only for games, but for a wide variety of completely new experiences. Take a look at the demonstration from our sister company, Sony Pictures Entertainment.
Oh, this is the VR thing about the guy that went between the Twin Towers.
Death. For me, this is
Wait,
life.
is this real or is this dramatized? This has to be. Okay, yeah. What was the documentary about that guy?
Yeah. Is that the Man on Wire?
I think Man on Wire is the name of that, right?
Yeah. Oh, this seems terrifying.
Yeah, no thank you. Not interested.
I
Nothing
want
in
to do
VR
this.
has like made me feel like a fall is real or that any part of that is real. So
That's,
maybe I would be willing to try this for sure.
The Morpheus demo at E3 that was hooked up to that exercise bicycle, where you were on a unicorn that was flying like 500 feet in the air, like I got straight up vertigo off of that.
Huh.
It was not pleasant.
This seems awesome. I'd love to do this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this
about
our VR future of watching people fucking freak out? Also, like that's doesn't seem like a great way to show off stuff either.
Once they can live stream it, and that's the future.
Yeah, just get PewDiePie in this thing now and let's get it over with. I don't know that I would be interested in this. I mean, I guess I'd try it, but.
Are you scared? That, like
No, I mean like that. I got sick to my stomach doing
really?
that flying thing at E3. Like it was not a pleasant experience. Like being that queasy.
I super want to do this.
Too much.
As of today, over 200 developers are working on PlayStation VR.
Jeez.
Please enjoy.
200 individual people are working on games.
Thank you.
The people looking in wonderment with a little thing drawn in front of their face. Like that look, I think is terrible.
Yeah,
it's totally
but, you know,
like, I know they have to figure out some way to convey this stuff. But
it's just the next generation of like Connect marketing videos of people jumping behind their couches.
It absolutely is. Like there's going to be some great dumb shit over the next year or two of people doing VR stuff.
Oh, so London Heist is going to be a game?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just a tech demo. Okay.
No, it's also like a fucking like, kind of simple move game that now has VR. You know, like. All right, there's your battles. That looks kind of awesome.
Guy was stoked.
There's gonna be gifs of every one of these reactions.
Yeah, like all those are the equivalent of the fucking N-Gage guy next to the car going, wah! Like.
Wait, they're putting Final Fantasy 14 into VR? Weird. Yeah, like there's that Until Dawn thing. It's a literal roller coaster. It's like a fun house.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if it's here's a bunch of rail shooters.
Yeah.
But now you're totally, in VR, dude. Like yes, that's a real problem.
I am with you, 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shu Yoshida. Thank you, Shu. PlayStation is always about games, and great to have Shu, who is one of the biggest advocates for virtual reality, to give you a taste of some of the games coming to PlayStation VR. It was also great to have Harada-san on stage earlier, as he is one of the leading virtual reality developers. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that Tekken 7 is coming to PlayStation VR.
What?
What?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it'll make it 3D. It'll, they did a first-person viewpoint in Tekken 1.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
What?
First up, the global leader in its field, and one of Sony Computer Entertainment.
First person throws someone into a volcano.
Well, it doesn't have to be first person.
I know.
But
I just
yes,
throw
hopefully, yes. Like Tekken bowling in VR.
Yeah, they should.
There we go.
Gran Turismo. Okay.
I guess. Wow, that was kind of expected more applause for a new Gran Turismo
This has been
game.
a pretty subdued crowd.
I guess so, yeah.
Across the board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want that Gran Turismo.
I am slightly ashamed to admit that I can't tell you how many Gran Turismos there have been.
This will be 7.
This is 7?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. 5 is the one that took fucking forever to come out, right?
It had like prologue, and it had the free demo thing you could download early.
That's the one that took like 7 years,
all
right?
took forever.
I thought 6 came relatively quick. By GT standards, it was only a handful of years, right? That was Sony going like, you fucking, we're gonna recoup this investment if it kills you.
Yeah.
Make another game.
Like they added suspension stuff and you can drive on the moon.
Right.
If you're under 7 or over 77, put the fucking controller down.
Baby singing?
Oh, right. That was the league title.
Oh, right.
Gran Turismo Sport.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow. So, if this is not just GT7, what does that mean?
Is this like their Forza Horizon?
No.
What makes sport different than just like Gran Turismo 7?
Calling it 7 is
it's just
boring.
Okay.
We're about to find out, I guess. Please tip your server. I mean, does this look like anything other than just a name change? Like, is this is just GT,
it's just
right?
Like Gran Turismo.
Like, it's not more sporty in any way, is it?
Sky Active Technology. It's got Sky Active Technology.
Yes, okay. Did they always lean into the sponsors and stuff, and the manufacturers so much, and like the aesthetic of GT?
Yeah, yeah. Like they had like a virtual showroom kind of thing.
Side art on the cars and stuff.
Yeah. They had some of that stuff. It wasn't like user painted.
Right.
So we have a really special guest here with us today, ladies and gentlemen. The creator of the Gran Turismo series, Mr. Kazunori Yamauchi.
I just remembered that I went to Polyphony one time. Like,
yeah,
10, 11 years ago or something.
Where are they based?
Outside Tokyo, I think.
Okay.
They have a parking lot on their roof.
Huh.
So
I remember a lot of fucking big surprise. There were a lot of crazy cars up there.
Yeah.
A lot of the people on that team are way into their cars.
グラフィックスであれ、あるいはフィジックスであれ、あるいはサウンド、オーディオであれ、これまでのグランツーリスモのシリーズの中で最高のものになる、そういう確信はあったんですね。
Well, as you'd expect with the move to PlayStation 4, the graphics, the physics engine...
Making like a Mortal Kombat 3 versus screen pose.
It's just Cyrax. Cyrax drives all the cars.
of all the Gran Turismo series.
Blows up at the end of every race.
僕らは
Animality.
ドライビングゲームの体験を、根底から変えるような、もっと何か別のことがやりたかったんですね。
But our ambition for the first GT on PS4 is much greater than that. We wanted to initiate a much bigger change to the way that people play driving games, and that's the vision, to invoke the rebirth of motorsports.
And how do you see GT Sport achieving this?
はい、このグランツーリスモスポーツでは年間を通じて2つのフラッグシップとなるチャンピオンシップシリーズを行います。
So within Gran Turismo Sport, there is going to be 2 flagship.
Isn't Nürburgring that smelly fish stuff that people keep sending us?
Yep.
Throughout the year.
Yeah.
No.
一つはネーションズカップと言っているプレイヤーの皆さんが自分の祖国、母国を代表して行うシリーズ。
So one is the Nations Cup, in which a player will race representing his or her home country.
もう一つはマニファクチャラーファンカップというプレイヤーの皆さんが自分の大好きなマニファクチャラーを代表して戦うシリーズ。
And the other is the Manufacturers Fan Cup, in which a player will represent his or her favorite car manufacturer in the race series.
僕にとってエキサイティングなのは、このシリーズのウィナー、年間のシリーズチャンピオンは FIA が年に一度クリスマスに開催するセレモニーにおいて他の本物のモータースポーツのウィナーと同様に、つまりルイス・ハミルトンと同じ場所で
Sean Murray just tweeted that apparently Rutger Hauer is going to be in No Man's Sky.
What?
All right. Or at least that's who was narrating in the trailer.
Weird.
The most exciting for me is that the series champions will be awarded their prize alongside real-world motorsports champions, people like Lewis Hamilton, at the FIA prize-giving ceremony that's hosted once a year around Christmas time. And I think this is going to be really a landmark in video game history.
So tell us a little bit about the partnership with the FIA.
はい、ですね、FIA の皆さん
So like they're building a big real-world competition into this thing, but what?
支えてきた皆さんです。同時に僕らと同じ
What's different about the game? Like this is a weird thing to lead your announcement with.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, the people of the FIA, they not only have a history over 100 years in real-life motorsports, they also have a curiosity for new technologies and new challenges, just like we do.
ですからこういう言い方ができると思います。これまで100年間モータースポーツを支えてきてくださった皆さんと僕らが一緒になってこれから100年のモータースポーツをデザインする、そういうことです。
So I think you could say that in this partnership with the FIA, who have this over 100 years of support of motorsports, we're now working on building the next 100 years of motorsports together.
ここパリでこの GT スポーツのアナウンスをする
Looking forward to Gran Turismo Sport releasing in 2115.
meeting in making this Gran Turismo Sports announcement here in Paris tonight.
というのもこのパリは世界で最初の自動車レースが行われた場所なんですね。
And it's because this is a special place where the first motor race in the world actually took place.
この会場のすぐ近くポルトマイオという場所がありますが、1894年にそこをスタート地点にして世界で最初のモータースポーツが行われました。このパリは特別な場所なんです。FIA もこのパリに本部があります。
So back in 1894 at Port Mayo, which is just down the street from this stage today, that was actually the starting point for the first motor race in the world. At the same time, it is also the headquarters of Paris, the headquarters of the FIA.
So probably my most important question. When can we look
What about the fucking game?
はい。
It's just up-res GT6. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let me get back to.
Yeah, I feel bad that my only interest in this is like, let's see some cars on the PS4. We'll see how good the cars look.
So be starting beta testing together with everyone of the game community starting early next year.
That's soon-ish.
Well, everyone looking forward to that. Anything else?
Man.
先ほど紹介があったプレイステーション VR にも当然このグランツーリス
Jim
モ
Ryan not having it.
今実験をしていますが、とても自然で素晴らしい大会になる、そういう確信があります。
Okay, yes. We're, of course, planning to be compatible with the PlayStation VR. And through various testing that we've performed so far, it looks like the experience will be something very good that feels very natural.
で最後に付け加えたいのは、これまでグランツーリスモは GT アカデミーであったり、あるいはビジョン GT であったり、産業の歴史を変えるようなさまざまな新しい試みをしてきましたが。
I think this is the last thing.
I don't know.
This is probably what you end your thing with, right?
Really? No, like
I hope not.
I mean,
like this would be a real downer unless they've got like the rest of this presentation is like now here's gameplay and feature, you know, like some actual information about the video game.
Well, I mean, like in terms of announcements, this is the biggest piece of news they could have today,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
And our intent is to continue this in Gran Turismo Sports, to keep making history going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the creator of Gran Turismo, Mr. Kazunori Omuchi.
Thank you.
Next up, please welcome Michel Ancel.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's unexpected.
All right.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. Let's do it. Nope.
Oh, right. This thing. Yeah.
That thing.
Oh, is this the thing? He's not even making this with Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
This is his own side thing.
Est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de Français dans la salle?
It better not be done until they show that shark rolling down a hill again.
Alors désolé, mais je vais pas dans.
I wouldn't expect to see any of those games at all here.
Damn it.
I think that's why they were showing them ahead of time.
Last year at Gamescom,
End with that.
we introduced you to Wild, our first game as a new studio, being developed exclusively for PlayStation 4. We are a small team, and the game is still early in development. But we really wanted to share with you more details on what you can expect from Wild.
We've added a photographer lady and a pig man. Let's watch.
Kill the sun.
Looks like enslaved to me.
Yeah.
Save her, shaman.
Nah. What?
It's Beastmaster. What's he doing here?
My bird says no.
In order to save this clan member who have been bitten by a snake, one option is to summon the mighty snake divinity at a sacred place you can see in the distance. Playing as a shaman, you will learn several ways of asking nature for help, like in this case, how to call an eagle.
Hey, she's saved. Nice going. You spun your stick.
And enter a state of trance.
Anti-venom. Come on, man. Suck the poison out. Something.
Okay. Turn into a shark.
Each creature in the world of Wild has special skills and abilities that will help you survive in this harsh environment. This eagle has a very powerful vision.
Looks pretty
which will
cool.
help you to spot and catch small creatures like those snakes over there.
All right.
Yoink.
What if you could be that hawk in VR?
Each type of environment provides specific resources and animals that will evolve depending on the weather, the time of the day, and the seasons. As you can see, my eagle carries the snake.
Will ever see a new Mark of Cree?
If I manage to build a relationship with the wild animals, I can let them follow me in my journey and build a powerful team. Well, let's call a very different animal now.
Man, that was a bellow right there.
Shit.
Bears. Bears are cool.
Okay, this game looks awesome.
I'm gonna make the controversial.
Headset on.
The bear is a powerful ally that will help me during challenging combats. It is also a very fast and friendly mount, which is quite handy to travel across the vast.
Pre-order now and you can get a minigun that's strapped to the side of the bear. It's precarious. I mean, we were gonna figure out how to solve that lady's snake problem, but then I found this bear, and I was just like, my bird's hanging out, and the bird's got a snake, and we're just like, fuck it, man.
Check it out, this bear's letting me ride it, man.
This bear let me ride it. That lady's dead. Who cares? My bear friend doesn't care.
Finally reached the sacred location, where I will be able to...
The bird's still got the snake just flying around with the snake.
It's cool as shit.
Poison member of my clan. But those summoning altars can be surrounded by dangerous tribes. In this case, a frontal attack would be a bad idea.
Oh boy.
Just use the minigun on the bear. It pops out the side.
These guys are up
I can see life living here.
Throw dead rabbits at them until they leave.
The rabbit is very useful to stick into this cannibal camp. And
rabbit stealth? This looks so good.
Huh.
Once again,
it's like a fucking ICP concert in there.
Be creative and find my own solution. Let's use those raiders.
Infiltrate the gathering of the juggle.
Yeah.
Now, my plan is to distract those crazy cannibals. This will give
those crazy cannibals.
Let's see if
Knuckleheads. Juggalos hate birds.
Inhabit a
hey, the feeling is mutual, all right?
These birds are attacking us, fam.
Hey, just coming through. This is me and my bear.
You're just fucking up their party.
What's up, guys?
Don't mind me.
He didn't even hit that guy. The guy still flew.
Fuck.
Man, this looks great.
Oh my god. Just ruining their party and leaving?
Sacred sanctuary.
Hey man, fuck cannibals, all right?
The shaman is like a fucking wildlife cop, just shows up.
No loitering here.
Yeah.
Move along.
It's like park ranger, just like, hey, do you have a permit for that fire? Let me talk to my snake and bird and bear friends about your fire, man.
Is he gonna milk the snake?
What the fuck? What? Oh no. No.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know the price of what you're asking for? Shaman.
Michelle Ansel was a parcel tongue?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everything that you saw here, the path I took, the approach for each situation is
none of it really happened. We've been pumping gas into this room since the start.
It's pre-written. It's all emergent. We hope that every player will have a unique story to tell in the world of Wild. Merci beaucoup.
Man. I'm into every part of that. It's a Quantic Dream thing. This was their tech demo 3 or 4 like PAX East ago at some panel. I remember this.
Oh.
This was before they even
Please
announced
welcome to the
Beyond,
stage,
I think.
David Cage.
David? Was that released publicly? They did that demo where there's like a robot lady, and they're trying to show off their new like animation stuff.
I don't remember.
And they kept saying like, "This isn't going to be a real game. We
4
promise."
years ago, I wrote a script for a demo we were working on. I was just looking for a short story that would be a technical showcase to test different emotions in our engine. The short video was about an android named Kara, who felt emotions and wanted to live. A small team worked on it for a couple of months. We casted a young actress named Valerie Curry and released it to the community, not knowing exactly how it would be received.
It's sort of like the Heavy Rain thing, because there's that casting call demo. Remember at the 1E3?
Yeah.
And we were literally overwhelmed by the response from the community that has been moved by the story of this character. But many people had the same question. What happens to Kara when she leaves the factory? To tell the truth, I didn't know the answer myself, but I really wanted to find out. I was not interested.
She rode a bear, and then there was this camp of crazy cannibals, all right?
But I rather wanted to use androids to question our own humanity and ask a simple question. What does it mean to be human? If we were confronted with human-like machines with emotions, how would we deal with them? So I started to think about where Kara's story would take place. Wanted to find a city that would be meaningful to the story, a city with a history and a future. We found this place, we went there, we were moved by what we saw and the people we met. And we left convinced that we found the place we were looking for.
Akron.
With these ideas, we felt we could create an experience that would be moving and meaningful, exploring themes that are relevant in our world, an experience where our players could shape the story through their decisions. We finally felt we were ready to tell what happened to Kara when she leaves the factory. Announcing a new project is always a very special moment for a developer, but having the opportunity of doing it here in Paris, in our own country, makes this moment even more special to us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to announce Quantic Dream's new title, and it's called Detroit.
I'm sorry.
Huh. More juggalos.
It's the theme. They love them in Paris.
Yeah. They rarely get over there.
Yeah,
Paris, they love mimes, clowns, all that.
Right.
They have any face paint. They're
like Hasselhoff of Germany.
We watched RoboCop like 9 times, and they were all about New Detroit, and we were like, man, wouldn't that be?
Where it all started.
Thought a lot about RoboCop's emotions.
Yeah. What's your name, son?
One error, and I came to life. I stepped out of the darkness.
So what is this? Android manufacturing became a huge business, and Detroit is the epicenter. Is that
just like it was for cars?
Right.
I could feel
like robots replace cars. Is that what's going on here?
Pounding in my chest. Life running into my veins. I wanted to live. I fought for that. I had to find out what was outside. I had to see daylight, feel sunshine on my skin, wind on my face, to see the world, the colors, the smells.
Shorts out, falls over. Game over, I guess.
The world is not what I imagined. It is dark and cold. It is harsh and violent, unfair and brutal. It almost convinced me I was nothing. Less than an object, just an obedient machine. But deep inside me, I could feel something different. A gentle and warm whisper telling me that I am alive. I had to escape. I had no choice. Escape to love, to hope, to live, to figure out what that force inside me was. Maybe I will change the world. Maybe I will choose a different path. Now, it's up to me to decide. My name is Kara. I am one of them. This is our story.
Pretty uncanny valley.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
That seems
it's the
like
part where they say like it's another game from Quantic Dream. And you're like,
that
man.
on the one hand, on the surface, that looks like some good old-fashioned science fiction, and then it's like, right, Quantic Dream made 2 other games, and I don't know.
Not Heavy Rain fans around here?
I mean, I appreciated what it tried to do for sure. I enjoyed playing through it quite a bit, but
we celebrate
I like that game.
people who make these games, and those who play them. It's you, the players, who truly make PlayStation the best place to play. Thank you, and good night.
We just watched like 2 more hours of wild footage.
It's a pretty action-packed thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Which makes leading with stuff like Battlefront and whatever else was up top, like the stuff that's like Street Fighter, seemed even weirder when they had all that stuff.
Maybe it was just a matter of like, let's get this stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I guess there are multiple ways to structure a press conference.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
And now here's Gran Turismo 8. Just one more game. All right. Well,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's more new stuff in there than I would have expected.
Yeah, for sure.
Coaches to put them are available at the
mute all this stuff, and we'll take it back to us. Oh. Yeah, that seemed like a decent show.
Yeah.
A Gamescom level of announcements.
Totally.
You know,
like a solid Gamescom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Getting Gran Turismo out there and announced finally is probably good. Seems like, that's been weird to have kind of lingering in some form.
Yep.
I think there was a leak of the Gran Turismo Sport name right before E3.
Yeah. Somewhere around there, some trademark thing or something got out there.
I thought some retailer was.
Or maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Like had it, which is weird if they, considering how long they waited to announce it, that a retailer would have that name at all.
Well,
at that point is a little strange. But
some new games, some VR stuff. So a kind of a date for No Man's Sky. There's kind of some action items that came out of this thing.
Yeah, they had advanced some stuff with, hey, this game's out in June.
Yeah.
Street Fighter's out in February. They gave a date for Uncharted.
Yep.
It's a decent kind of wrap up of some of their existing things, and then a handful of new announcements. I don't, I think the games look interesting, and having tried it, I know I am definitely interested, but I feel like they're still not. And no one is doing a great job of making VR make sense in one of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the advantages of a closed platform and kind of a robust publishing business and stuff, but at the same time, I feel like VR is going to sell to such a bleeding edge kind of niche that they're even fighting more of an uphill battle of trying to justify to people why they should get it on a console and not like a super powerful PC,
Right, yeah. If you're some early adopter type person who's bought in on VR, are you going to choose the one that's tethered to this console or the one that you can put a new graphics card in your PC and make sure that it's going to look great?
Right.
But I guess the VR stuff that we tried on PS4 looked fine.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
I don't know.
A decent showing.
Decent showing for sure. Yeah, they had some stuff. So
there's a shark.
Yes.
Yes. There's the Edith Finch shark
Edith Finch
rolling.
and Wild are the standouts, I think.
Yes,
Animals
yes.
came up big.
Yeah.
Animals and robot versions of animals and robot versions of people came up huge in Paris.
Animals and plants.
Yeah.
They're hot right now.
Well, with that, I think we're going to call it. We've got a podcast to record.
Yes.
And I've got to work on putting up the archive of this as well. So, yeah, thanks everybody for sticking with us. And, yeah, Paris, huh?
Yeah.
It's just
just
hit the.
Yeah.
Just want to.
All right. Chicken nuggets, French chicken nuggets.
And we'll see you guys later.